I remember when I had not even started working professionally. I was looking for work, preparing for the interviews, interviewing at different companies. I remember I was kind of like desperate in the pursuit of a job that pays me well, so that I can feel confident about myself and I can sit amongst my peers and friends and not feel ashamed. We were sitting in some cafeteria, the whole college gang, and this friend of mine came rushing with all that excitement. He was one of my very close friends and he had recently cleared an interview, gotten a job at a very reputed organization. We all knew of that. The pay was quite decent in comparison to industry standards and the perks were quite lucrative. When he told us about this good news, everyone was gaga about his achievement, and I recall somewhere inside me there was this unsettling feeling. I did not and could not name it then, but I was feeling jealous. Now, we don't want to commit to being jealous. We don't even want to confess it to ourselves, forget about other people, of this bitterness we carry inside us. It took me many years of feeling ashamed of why I felt like that, especially for a friend who was so close to me. I should have been happier for him instead. Now, if you too have watched a friend win and instead of joy, you felt something darker creeping inside you, coming onto the surface. If you have scrolled through Instagram and suddenly your life felt smaller. If you've ever looked at someone else's success and felt that burning sensation in your chest, this video could be for you. Because jealousy, the emotion we are all told to hide, the feeling that makes us feel like a terrible person, is actually our mind screaming, trying to show us something. And today I'm going to show you how to translate that scream, how to transform that scream into the most powerful fuel that you'll ever use. So here's what we are going to do today together. First, we will understand what jealousy really is, not the nonsense society tells you, but what's actually happening inside your mind. Second, we will look at why it appears. And third, and this is where it gets most powerful, I will give you the exact reframe, the mental shift that turns the poison into the medicine. And finally, I will show you a checking system, a way to catch yourself in the very moment jealousy strikes. And then how do you redirect that energy? So you need to stay until the end, because that final system is the one thing that changed everything for me. So the first question that comes to mind is, what is jealousy really? Now let me tell you something that nobody wants to admit to. Jealousy is not a personality flaw. It is a compass. A broken compass, yes, of course, but a compass nonetheless. Think about it like this. When you feel hungry, your body isn't being dramatic. It's telling you something. It's telling you that you need food. When you feel jealous, your mind isn't being evil. It's telling you something. You want growth. It tells you what your core is seeking. But here's where it gets twisted. Your mind, this beautiful survival-obsessed machine, it doesn't care about your happiness. It cares about your survival. And in survival mode, when you see someone has something what you don't, your mind translates that into a threat. They have it, which means I don't, which means I'm less, which means I'm in danger. Now this is your ancient brain. The part that kept your ancestors alive and still running the same old software. Mel Robbins calls this the spotlight effect. Your brain puts a spotlight on what you lack, because lack equals danger, and your mind needs to keep focusing on threats because it could get fatal otherwise. Tony Robbins says even more direct, where your focus goes, energy flows, which means when you are jealous, all your focus goes to what you do not have. And somewhere you're energizing that thought. You are literally energizing your own suffering. And we are wired this way. Let me take you back, thousands of years back. There's a story in Mahabharata about Duryodhana. Duryodhana had everything. He was the prince, powerful, trained by the best warriors, lived in luxury. Did he need anything else that he did not have? But he had cousins, the Pandavas. And every single time he saw them, every time he saw Yudhishthir's wisdom, Arjuna's skills, and Bhima's strength, something inside him burned. Not because he had nothing, but because they had something. And that is exactly the trap I'm talking about. Jealousy doesn't come from having nothing. It comes from comparison. Sometimes we do not even want that thing. But because we don't have it and others have, we feel that we are lacking in that aspect. Now, Duryodhana's jealousy, it didn't make him work harder. It just made him darker. And that's what jealousy usually does. He didn't ask, what can I learn from this? He said, how can I destroy them? That's an easier option than working hard to get everything everyone has. And that's the warning that this story represents. When jealousy goes unchecked, when you let it control you, you don't rise, you burn. You burn yourself. You burn others, people around you. You burn everything that you touch. And here's something which is really beautiful. Mahabharata doesn't say jealousy is wrong to feel. It just says, it shows you very clearly that it is wrong to let it lead us. There is another story, again from Mahabharata, shorter, sharper. This is the contrast. A story that says how jealousy could be utilized. Karna, my favorite character, the greatest archer who has ever lived, maybe greater than Arjuna himself. But he was rejected, humiliated, denied his birthright. And when he looked at Arjuna receiving all the praise, all the glory, what did Karna feel? Jealousy. Raw, human, completely understandable jealousy. But Karna, he had a choice. He could let that jealousy make him bitter, make him quit, or he could use it as fuel to train harder, to become better. And that's what he did. For years, he chose the second path. He practiced in silence, in secret, alone, with no teacher, with no support. That jealousy, it pushed him, it made him sharper, stronger, unstoppable. Until, and this is the tragedy, he let loyalty to Duryodhana, another jealous man, twisted that fuel into revenge. What is the lesson we learn from this? Jealousy can be the rocket fuel, or it could also be the fuel that burns your house down. You decide which one should it be. Now, can you turn this just jealousy from being poison to being a medicine? For that, we need to be a little practical. Because understanding jealousy is one thing, transforming it is another. And here's the reframe that I was talking about, the mental shift that changes everything. When you feel jealous of someone, your mind is not saying that you are not good enough. Your mind is saying, this very thing that they have, this is what you want. It is a GPS signal, not a judgment, but a direction. Let me break this down step by step. When you see someone with a fit body and jealousy hits, your mind isn't saying that you are fat or worthless. It is saying that physical health, fitness, this matters to you. This is on your list of desires. You want it. When you see someone traveling the world and you feel that familiar sting appears inside you, your mind isn't saying that you're boring and stuck in your life. It's saying freedom, adventure, experiences, this is what you're hungry for. It's only showing you what's inside you. It's telling you something about your own self. Jealousy is your subconscious pointing, showing you this is there. This is where you want. This is what you want. This is your next mountain. Jay Shetty talks about this beautifully when he says, your pain is often the GPS to your purpose. And I'd add, your jealousy is the GPS to your potential. But here's where most people, they get stuck. They feel that jealousy, they understand it's showing them something. But still, they feel that bitterness, that resentment. Why? Because knowing something intellectually and feeling it in your bones, these are two different universes. So let me give you something really practical, hands-on, something that you can do right in this very moment. It's called as the gratitude pivot. When jealousy strikes, and it always does, you pause, you take one breath, and you say out loud if possible, thank you for showing me what I want. Not grateful for the jealousy, but grateful that it revealed a desire inside me. And then immediately you ask one question. What's that one small action that I can take today towards having that? Not tomorrow, not when you are ready, today and this very moment. Someone has a thriving business and you feel jealous. Okay? Thank you for showing me what I want, and that is entrepreneurial freedom. And thank you for telling me that. What's that one action that I can take today? Maybe it's watching one video about starting a business, maybe going on to YouTube, taking up a course, writing down one business idea. Maybe it's messaging one person who knows how it's done. Small action, but direction. And trust me, you will feel so much relaxed and lighter. You will feel right, unlike the heaviness of jealousy. This is very right. And it's like you're taking that energy, that fire burning inside your chest, and you're moving it from resentment to motion, from why them to why not me, starting right now. This is what David Goggins does. He calls it taking soul, I think. When someone doubts him, when someone's ahead of him, he doesn't shrink. He doesn't complain. He uses it. He feeds onto it. He consumes it. And that doubt now becomes the fuel for his journey. Your jealousy can be the same thing. Now let's talk about the checking system I was talking about initially. How do you catch yourself in real time feeling jealousy? And this is the most powerful part. The part where you need to remember, especially when you're scrolling, especially when you are at a wedding somewhere, when you are in a room full of people who seem to have all figured it out. This is what you do. I call this the 3-second reset. You can call it whatever you want. And it's very simple, and you have to practice this. Step number 1 is notice. The moment you feel jealous, that tightness in your chest, that voice in your head going, oh, that must be nice, I want to have that. Notice it. Don't judge it. Don't push it away. Just notice, oh, there's this jealousy creeping up. It's like spotting a bird in the sky. Just very neutral observation. No emotions attached, just a pure, simple observation. Step number 2, name it. Literally say this in your mind. This is jealousy, and it's showing up to me, and it's showing me what I desire. Not I am jealous, or I am a bad person, but just saying this, that this emotion, it has information. Let me listen to this. Let me tune into this. And step number 3 is redirection. You need to ask immediately, what would the version of me who has this right now do right now? Also, it aligns with the be, do, have system that I continue to talk about in other videos. If you are jealous of someone's confidence, what would my future confident self do in this moment? Maybe it needs to speak up in the meeting. Maybe it's like making up the eye contact. Maybe it's like posting the thing that you've been scared to share. One simple action. Aligned with who you're becoming. Not who you were when the jealousy hit you. No. And this is the checking system. This is how you catch yourself feeling jealous. Because here's the truth that nobody would tell you. You will feel jealousy again. Trust me. You will feel jealousy again and again and again. It doesn't go away because you evolve now. No. It goes quiet because you've learned to translate. You've learned to transform it from being the enemy to becoming the ally, from being the poison to becoming the fuel. Rumi once said something really beautiful. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Your jealousy, that burning wound, is where the light can enter. If you let it. If you stop fighting it and start using it. Because transformation, it's not just about fixing what's broken inside you. It's about becoming so whole, so aligned, so unapologetically you, that your presence, your very existence gives other people the permission to do the same. And I'll remind you again that every answer that you're looking for is right inside you. You have inside you the very intelligence that runs this universe. If this subject interests you and you want to know more about it, I wrote it all in my book, Becoming the Answer. It's available on Amazon and it's also available on Goodreads. You'll find many answers to your queries in this book. Now, it speaks on how you are the universe yourself inside you, and it speaks about the inside you from the perspectives of science, spirituality, chakra system, epigenetics, neuroscience, NLP, quantum physics, metaphysics, psychology, philosophy, and ancient spiritual wisdom, all of that together. You might have someone you love and care for, and the best gift that you can give someone, your loved ones, is wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Through this video, now you know something that most people don't, and you must share your knowledge with them. Share this video for them to know that you care for them. Do let me know in comments your thoughts, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel, Mind Healing with Bhavish. This is Bhavish Ahuja, a transformational coach and a therapist. And until the next video, I want you to stay blessed, stay healthy, and catch hold of this wisdom if you can. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Take care. Bye-bye. I shall see you very soon.